We are back in the arena, and today we are doing another subscribers video. This one comes from Yamigasi. Let me know if I pronounced that right. There is a chance that that is pronounced wrong, but I thought that this was a very interesting stack. It looks like it's using Elspeth to get things out of the deck that costs 3 or less. We got the Phyrexian Missionary, the Valorous Stance. Well, we won't be able to get that back with it. We got the Tenacious Underdog, Lily, Graveyard Trespasser, Wedding Announcement. Nice little control build, especially with the Wandering Emperor on the back end of things, and the Sheoldred to kind of close the door and prolong the game. You could prolong the game and still win with this. I really think that this deck is interesting, and I had mixed thoughts on it at first until I realized that Yamigasi is just working towards building out this deck. This is not the final form of the deck, and I think for a beginning shell for a deck, this is actually very, very, very solid. We're going to get into some matches, and we're also going to actually talk about what I would do to this deck, what I would bring to the table, and push this deck to the next level. Thank you for joining today. Make sure you've liked and subscribed, and let's get into some matches. I will see you in the arena. Holy crap, we can't keep this, right? I mean, there's no way. You know what? We do have the Evolved Sleeper in hand. Opponent does go first, though. Can I keep a 5-land hand? Don't kill me in the comments about this, but we're going to keep it. This is a really greedy keep. And we will ping ourselves for 1 damage. Get our Evolved Sleeper down. Alright, looks like a mono blue player. Might have been good that we did keep this. So what do we want here? Let's go ahead. We'll evolve the Sleeper. If he's mono blue, he might have trouble dealing with the Sleeper on the ground that we could pump mana into. The Vandal. Okay. Yep, go ahead and pump him. We'll ping ourselves for 1. He's a 2/2. Does he block? He does not. That would have been a strange block indeed from the opponent. Draws his first card, and he throws a Kaido Shizuki down.
I could sneak by, but
Interesting choice here. Gets to put a counter on that. We're close to being able to take advantage of the Sheoldred. My only question I really have is, should we go ahead and kill this Fairy Vandal? Or do we play the Underdog? Do we care about getting Underdog out? Let's try to get blue, or the card down on the field for forever. He might have counters in that deck. I don't know. I've not seen the Fairy Vandal played very often. Haven't seen a whole lot of Kaido either, so not sure what to really expect here, but I'm pretty sure Sheoldred is going to be very anti his drawing cards with the Fairy Vandal here. Yeah, draw a card, then discard a card. We might even leave that Kaido alone. If we had that Sheoldred out, of course. Alright, looks like he is going to make a ninja. Do we swing with the Vandal? Alright. We'll pass back. Going to my turn. We can't pump the Cleric. Another Underdog here. And let's sit back and think for a moment. What do I think he has? It was a mana pass situation. Yeah, okay. I'm not sure what he's wanting to really do. Should we do this? I'm not so sure we shouldn't go to face here. Yeah, let's go to face. I'm not going to show the Kaido respect right now. Okay. Go ahead and pump the sleeper. Alright, go to next. We'll still get in for 3 there. And then we'll follow up with a second underdog. I just feel like this is the right move. Next we get the Sheoldred down, and we don't have to worry about that Kaido at all. I mean, he isn't going to keep plussing on it. Don't see any ninjas coming out, so I'm really confused with this card and this card. I understand the logic of having these two together, but I'm not sure what the opponent is doing right now. And I know I'm spending a lot of time fixating on it, but it's just something I haven't seen very much. Alright. Now that we have the Phyrexian Missionary, I'm not so afraid of trying to slam the Sheoldred down. This probably gets countered though, so let's move on and go to face. We'll just completely ignore the Kaido. Alright, that's what we were wanting. So he spends all of his mana, which is fantastic. Okay. We got a second missionary. He blocks with the Vandal. And does he block with the Ear Tight as well? Gets my board clear? He does not. Alright. Let's follow up with the Sheoldred. Interesting deck, but you did burn through your mana rather rapidly. And now you're going to have to pay the consequences of that. Memory Deluge. Main phasing of Memory Deluge. It means he doesn't have an answer and he wants it. Memory Deluge does get around the Sheoldred though. Alright, opponent. What do you want to do with your Kaido? You could draw a card. Yeah, that's a good boy. That's a good boy. Come out with the Field of Ruin. And I don't think we pay any attention to Kaido. Right? We're going to blitz in the Tenacious Underdog and swing away at face once again. That should be game. That should do it, unless he's got like a Fading Hope or something. He actually blocks the one that's I blitzed in. I'm not sure what the opponent is doing. But that is game. That is game. Worked like a dream. What do we use even? See, we use the underdog and a sleeper. But we had white over here, so the Arzov portion of the deck is actually what allowed me to play the Sheoldred. Right, so I accept that. Again, this works a little bit better than you would first anticipate. The Unfamous Hero. Eiganjo. Wandering Emperors and Infernal Grasp. Depending on what deck we're going up against, this could be okay. It's also another dangerous keep. And yes, the last time it was a dangerous keep, but we got away with it. All we need to do is draw a creature. And we drew more control. Of course we did. Harvester. Okay. Huh. Should we kill the Harvester now? Or should we wait? Well, we have plenty of control, right? Now, please don't ping me for 2. Okay, good. It tapped correctly. Eiganjo. Eiganjo. Pass back to the opponent. After my terrible attempt at humor. Tap land comes out and a Field of Ruin. We're really hoping for something better here, but we haven't been presented with it, really. We could definitely kill anything that comes out. Except for a Jaya.
I am the Emperor of Kamigawa, and I will protect my people. Let your
I should have probably waited to see what he would
You
do.
should fight fire with fire. You should fight everything with fire. Go on.
Alright, we got the Infernal Grasp. We could kill it. But what do we want to really do? Swing into the Jaya. He obviously blocks with the Monk. And we need more samurais.
guards to me.
We need more. More mana for the opponent, and I actually am wondering if that's his only access to green. Voltic Surge. Alright, burned off a burn spell. We have a backup Emperor in hand, so no need to really worry about that. Another Voltage Surge. So burn 2 cards on that. Burn 2 cards on that that turn. I don't mind that at all. Exile top 2 cards. Wait a minute. Borrowed Time can actually hit the Jaya. Harvester. That's good to keep in mind. Get it off of the field. We are getting pinged for damage. This is saucy indeed. Come at face. You have no mana left, so we will do a Borrowed Time and grab Jaya the Negotiator.
We have nothing left to discuss.
Don't have enough mana for the Wandering Emperor right now, but we'll get around to that. Sure, we're at 13 health, but we are doing it just fine. Alright. Going on to my turn. More mana. And we're just going to pass turn here. Ooh, Infernal Grasp. Alright. Nice little turnaround for the opponent, getting that out. And moves on to the opponent's turn. He is down to his last card in hand. Does get a chance here, gets a Lily. That's pretty not good. What are we discarding? I guess the Infernal
Happy to
Grasp.
help, but I'm taking the credit when we win.
But opponent will be discarding a card as well. Oh, wait, I had to resolve. Yeah, there we go.
Smarter than me.
He discards a Takenuma. Very interesting indeed. Now that he's swung with the Harvester,
I'm home.
let's get rid of it. And I would say that we are 100% ahead on board. Grab the Lily.
Luck favors the foolish, after all.
And I think we just +1 here, just to give her +1.
Remember your training.
Next turn we could create a Samurai. He pops his Synthesizer. Exiles a Synthesizer, of course, as you do. Pops another experimental synthesizer. Exiles a mountain, which he will then play. It's got a card in hand as well. Ah, the Proving Grounds. Okay. Move on to my turn. And let's go ahead and get our Samurai out. And Celestus might be okay. You gain a life, you may draw a card. If you do, discard a card. Huh. Should we go ahead and start cycling night and day? Activate only as a sorcery, so we'd have to do it now. I don't think it's worth it. The only thing I'm really thinking about is getting that Samurai off of the field. It'll take us 2 turns to get another Samurai with the Wandering Emperor. If he's smart, he swings. If he's really smart, he swings at the Wandering Emperor, which he is now doing, so... yeah. Okay. And now he's going to create another Samurai here. We'll let it resolve. Oh man, that is so good. We might be in trouble here. We might be in trouble. You know what? You probably should have put Meat Hook Massacre in here. That would have been really good. Destroyer Field of Ruins. Go after the Zayatora's Proving Grounds. And what do we get? Maybe looking for a white. Oh, I was just about to say an Ellie looks really good here. Ellie looks real good. And we got her. This might be what changes the game right here. And of course we're going to do the minus effect.
And I'll defend it like one.
We get something out of
I've made
here.
plenty of connections.
And it looks like we don't really have much of a choice. Except for maybe getting that wedding announcement out. Let's go ahead and
Guess that's it.
give up our Wandering Emperor for a Samurai. And we get a 1/1. Opponent's doing a really good job sticking in this match. A lot of players get a little bit antsy with long, prolonged games. But baby, this is when I start to warm up. But you're warming up a little bit better there, I see. Yeah.
You fight for me now.
Sword's a really good card. We're not looking good here. So because of how many cards are left, I don't think I'm really too scared of the Shaman. Are we just going to lose Ellie? We might just be outvalued here. We'll try. We'll try to win. But oh, come on. We drew a land. Disgusting. Borrowed Time, but do we want Mirror Breaker? Or do we want the Sorin? I don't know. They're both really good cards. Let's grab the Sorin, try to take card advantage away.
I won't let this be over.
And swapping won't do anything except for... I don't know what this card is. If we knew it was land, we would definitely be flipping that. Yeah, and submit 0.
Let's do this together.
But I don't think we can get ourselves out of this one. If he swings both at the... oh, wait. Ellie will survive. But it won't really help us. Maybe we just let the Ellie go. Oh, now it won't. Alright. Alright, you get your value, opponent. You get it. Yeah. Of course. Of course. How quickly things change from being, yeah, sticking in there. We were sticking in there. And now we are not sticking in there. Yeah. We'll see what we draw. If we draw something worth keep sticking around with, nah. Alright, that is just game. Well, had to give it everything, but my word, what a board state by the opponent. I'm trying to think as if there was somewhere that I messed up, and I think keeping that original hand might have been a mess up. Maybe a board wipe or two in this deck would kind of make sense. Because we got a lot of tokens, but we don't care if those tokens get died. Maybe a farewell or two? Sounds like it might be legit. No black mana. So we'll mulligan and try it again. Takenuma and the Shattered Sanctum. Okay, I like it. Get rid of a borrow time. There's plenty of removal in this deck. Sanctum comes out. The Minister. Alright. And here's the thing, the Missionary is actually good as a 2-3 on turn 2. It's good no matter what. Whenever you play the Missionary, it's generally good. Okay, now we definitely need to draw land. Deck, you gotta quit messing with us. Oh my god. Oh my god. Alright. Go ahead to the opponent's turn. We're hoping he pumps the Voice of the Blessed. Overseer. That'll do it. Okay. Okay. And... oh, even bigger. Uh-huh. Yeah, very, very nice. Very nice opponent. And the swing, and the death. Not gonna happen. Not today. No mana. Very interesting indeed. Okay. We gotta draw mana. That's what we have to do. We have to be able to do it. Alright. Bystander. Pretty good build here. If you gain 3 or more life this turn, transform it into a 3/5, and when it or another creature dies, you gain 1 life. Interesting. You're going to be able to swing for 4 here. Yeah, kill it. Takenuma. God. I want to say so many things. Where is the mana? We cannot use Takenuma. Like, literally, this is just us kind of dying. We will talk about mana at the end of this video, by the way. That was one of the highlights I wanted to bring up. Yeah. He gets in there pretty good for 4. Should I even be surprised at this point? I guess not really. We're still at 20 health though, so we should be not terrible. Hey, another land for the opponent. Our opponent has had no trouble drawing land. But if we just draw 1 land, this is a different game. He leaves a bystander up for some reason, and we did not draw land. Oh my god. Blocking with the bystander? Or does he play his Wandering Emperor? Take up the shield on the bystander. The block. Okay. We're gonna do it again. Yeah. What was that? Revelation of Power. Interesting. You don't see a lot of this card rolling around. Target creature gets +2/+2 till the end of turn. If it has a counter on it, it also gains Flying and Lifelink. It's actually a pretty good card. We finally drew the 3rd mana. Wow. It took that long. And we're gonna not swing here. Deck just wanted to build some anticipation for us. And boy, oh boy, did it. Still has a miniatures little thingy he could do. Uh-huh. And now we start turning this thing around. Out of cards on the opponent's side. Wedding announcement. Still not swinging here. And let's start to try to take over this board state. Alright. We did not draw mana again. So, yeah. But 3 mana is enough for us to cast most of our hand. So there is that. We don't really care about drawing cards. We need a board presence. Grabbing that guy. You know what? Or do we... Let's draw a card. Yeah, I was going to say he doesn't block. We get it, Ellie. Well, that would be nice if we could ever draw land. Oh my god. Guys, I think we actually have a chance here. Swing. Puts the opponent down to 25. We are up to 19. Do we do Ellie? Nah, we want a Wandering Emperor. It's exile, right? Exiles, right? We want to exile the veteran, and then we Liliana, and he has a sacrifice and minister. That's kind of where we're hoping things go. We're wanting him to swing here. But even if he doesn't, we get Wandering Emperor down and a Samurai on the field. And then next turn we Elspeth and start to build out our field even more. So, like, this is fine. Alright. Wandering Emperor. You knew I had it, baby.
Now you've done it.
And, oh, there it is. Now I can click on it. And create a Samurai. Beautiful Samurai. Let's get more land out on the field. Let's swing. Because what we're going to want to do is build out another Samurai. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Okay. Giving it indestructible. Does he block the human? Or does he block the missionary to save some health? Really a hard choice there. He blocks the human. Okay. So. Another samurai.
Must protect the people.
And we could Lily here, but I think Elspeth is the correct move. And let's take a look at what we get.
May your peace last.
Sleeper looks really good right here, but the Celestus? I mean, with the troubles we've been having, this is probably the best move we can make. Ouch. A lantern flare. X damage to target creature or planeswalker, and you gain X life. Well, that is annoying. Alright, make one of the samurais bigger.
Show them how we greet our
And swing.
enemies.
Very nicely done. And the back line of our army also made some nice little hits. And man, we could just get another Ellie out. Yep, let's keep building that field out.
Threaten this city. I'll be your shield.
All we have is the missionary at this point. Well, that's okay. Getting another missionary out. Ah, he scoops it up. He scoops it up. Wonderful. Not bad at all. Like, we're going to talk about the deck now a little bit and, you know, maybe talk about, like, tightening up some of the spots in this deck. As you can see, the deck has a tendency to kind of blow up a little bit, but when it works really well. And that's why I think that this is actually a really good stack. As said, he hasn't crafted this, he hasn't play tested it yet. This is the play test right here and now. So, what would I do differently? Well, luckily, I have a deck already built for this. Since this is just a stack, I thought I'd take a little bit of creative license to build this out a little bit. First off, you don't need that Field of Ruins anymore. It was really good whenever we had Bugbear and Eye Tyrant roaming around in Standard, but now that that is gone, I would actually just replace it with more of these guys here. In fact, we'll do something like this. Shattered Sanctum is going to be around for a while, so might as well use that over Koilos for the time being. There's less downfall anyway, right? So I really thought that the idea of casting things for 3 or less from your graveyard with the Elspeth sounded like a really interesting idea. But I didn't want to completely take out the Wandering Emperor either. But the 3 or less really is strong whenever you're thinking about tokens and not tokens, but small creatures that have an effect when they enter the battlefield. So I threw a couple of Sarah Paragons out there in case we put a dog out, it dies, we pull it back with the Sarah Paragon, right? We're digging really deep in our library with the Elspeth anyway, and now we're drawing cards and we're getting lands out of our library. If you noticed, in a couple of those games, we had trouble drawing lands. So we're going to be running, actually, like, let's reduce this a little bit. We're going to be running 23 lands. We're hoping the Restoration of Eiganjo and the Spirited Dog, our companion, can get us the land that we need to continue pulling out some big stuff. And really, we only need 3 land to get the basic premise of this deck down, right? We could still Graveyard Trespass, we could still Wedding Announcement, we could still Restoration, which gets us a 4th land so that we could cast Sarah Paragon or the Wandering Emperor, right? You're wanting things to kind of flow in a pattern. General theory is if you're not running 4 of something, you're running either 1 of or 0 of. I am breaking this rule quite a bit with this because this deck has to be agile, it has to be flexible, we have to be doing different things but keeping the same premise alive. Look at this, we have Lunarch Veterans and we have Ellis Ilkor. Ellis Ilkor is going to punish the opponent for wiping our board, and the Lunarch Veteran is going to gain us life whenever things enter the battlefield under our control. Elspeth is going to grab things like Spirited Companion, Circle of Confinements, Borrowed Times, etc. And wedding announcements and graveyard trespassers and Lily. I actually increased the lilies in here just because you could get them back with the Sarah Paragon. You could make the opponent remove your lily twice, right? That's pretty brutal. And we don't mind discarding with Lily. I mean, if we have a Sarah Paragon on the ground and we discard a Graveyard Trespasser and then we cast Liliana of the Veil from the graveyard, put it onto the battlefield, right? That's not bad. Or use a Sarah Paragon on the Graveyard Trespasser. You know what I meant. Get it onto the battlefield, then exile the thing that the opponent discarded, right? This is metagame thinking right there. we make the opponent discard and we don't have any of the negative effects of it because we could just cast it from the graveyard. Pretty nice little combo right there. Also, using Wandering Emperor still to try to control the battlefield to a degree, maybe create some tokens. We won't be able to grab her with the Elspeth, but yeah, you know, that's okay. That's okay. We don't need to do that. But yeah, this is along the lines of what I would do with the deck. It's really leaning heavier into creatures. We took out the removal, and we added stuff like Circles of Confinements, and we kept the Borrowed Times, of course, right? But Circle of Confinement is going to do us much better than the Infernal Grasps here because, you know, we could grab them with the Elspeth. That's why. That's the whole reason why. And the Borrowed Times are going to be used for the big stuff that comes out, and the Circle of Confinement that we added to the decks are gonna take out some of the smaller things. Hopefully something that has a cool effect that's going to hurt us in the long run. So what do you think about this build? What do you think about my logic for bringing the Infernal Grasps out and replacing them with Circle of Confinements? There are a lot of other enchantment removal spells that we could use, but I mean, that's going to increase the cost of this deck. We wanted to keep this kind of along the same price line as what you were thinking. It is a little bit more expensive. Sarah Paragons are in here. So it is a little bit more expensive, but you're kind of replacing some of the expense by reducing the Wandering Emperors, putting the Sarah Paragons in here, one more Lily, and then we're putting some uncommons in here, right? So it's not that much more expensive. Oh, of course, Restoration of Eiganjo. Okay, maybe this deck is a little bit expensive, but it does pretty decent in the arena. I gave it a run or two, and yeah, I won. I didn't even get my Elspeth, but we were able to actually get there in the end anyway. So, and that's what you want. If you don't get your main thing, the thing I had with the other version of this deck was, if you didn't get your Elspeth, you were dead in the water. If you didn't get your Wandering Emperors, you were dead in the water. This deck, it doesn't matter really what you draw as long as you're not flooding out, right? You're going to have something that you can do. You're going to have some way to control the board. And it's very much so a very varied deck. Please forgive me for the amount of times I just said varied right there, but it just seemed like that was the only way to really say it correctly. Anyway, we're done here. Thank you very much for this deck. If you guys have a deck, put it down below. Put it down below in the description, and I will get around to working with it, see if I could tweak it a bit, make it a little bit more, I don't know if I would say better, but more my style of play. And I'll see you next time. I'll see you in the next video. Make sure you liked and subscribed, and bye.